All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our winter webinar series. My name is Robert Crowder. I'm going to be the presenter today, and we'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everybody that's participating. And it looks like, yeah, we've got about 60 people on the call today, so we're excited to have you all here. One thing we do here at the Benefits Trust is we start our webinars on time and we end our webinars on time. So we'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for participating. Welcome to the Benefits Trust. We are a full-service third-party benefit administration company. We were established on January 1st, 1994, so been around over 20 years. And we work with brokers like yourself, and we help your clients solve their benefit problems. And we provide a full-service third-party benefit administration solution. And we're going to talk today about SelectFlex Benefits. And this is just one of the things that we do. At the end of this presentation, we encourage you to look at our website. There's an awful lot of information on our website on some of the other things that we do, providing budgeted ASO services, healthcare spending accounts, etc. But today we're going to talk about one specific solution that we've developed and created and implemented, and we want to go through some case studies on that as well. At the end of the session today, Mike Ignatz is going to be sending you a CE certificate for participation. And as well as that, we're going to be sending you a very short survey that says, hey, give us your feedback. Tell us how we did today so we can improve it for the next time. And in addition to that, if you've got any ideas on what you'd like to see in future webinars, just send that back and give us a shout as well. So let's get started. Again, welcome to the Benefits Trust. On behalf of all of us here in Vaughan, we would like to extend a welcome to you all and say thank you very much for attending. As I mentioned, my name is Robert Crowder. I'm the guy on the left-hand side here. I'm the president of the Benefits Trust, and I'm the founder of the Benefits Trust as well. Mike Ignatz is our moderator today. He's the guy that set up the technology for this webinar today, and he's running it to make sure it all works smoothly. He's also going to chime in from time to time, so say hello, Mike.
Good morning, everybody.
And if you have any questions throughout the seminar, or webinar, pardon me, just type them in, and I will either answer them later on in the webinar, or Mike will be answering them for you specifically online. So again, thank you very much for attending. And we want to introduce a new solution being about 18 months old, maybe 2 years old now. But it's a new solution in the Canadian employee benefits marketplace. We think it's unique. We think it's very unique, actually, and we're excited about it, and excited about the development of this particular product and how it's matured over the last 2 years or so. And again, this product is called SelectFlex Benefits. It allows the employer to select what benefits they want to offer their employees by class of employees. And it also provides some flexibility, not only for the employer, but the employee as well. So it's SelectFlex Benefits. And again, this is just one of the solutions that the Benefits Trust has. We are, again, a full-service benefit administration company. So we also think that this is a terrific solution for successful businesses with 3 to 15 employees, or 3 to 15 plus employees. Keyword in there is successful businesses. There are two types of businesses in the world, or in Southern and Central Ontario anyway. That's the world that I live in. There are two types of businesses: successful businesses and other people's prospects. We want to deal with successful business owners and successful businesses because it's easier for them to write checks than it is for unsuccessful businesses. It's as simple as that. So what are you going to see today in the next hour or less than an hour? We're going to see, you're going to see some comments that we have on the small business marketplace in Southern and Central Ontario, gaps in the available solutions, what the SelectFlex benefit plan has to offer, how you can use this plan, the opportunity for you, and some of the tools that we have available. So we're going to review a number of things in the next hour, so let's get started. But really, before we begin, and sorry, just a little bit of background. I've been selling insurance, and specifically group insurance, for close to 28 years now. And one of the things that I've found over that time is working with brokers like yourself since 2001 and selling employee benefits is, what do you have to do to get a new client? And this really hasn't changed too much in the last 20 years. What do you have to do to get a new client? And when I was thinking about this presentation and putting this presentation together, what do you have to do to get a new client? Well, you got to disturb the prospect for an appointment. And you got to disturb them for an appointment, whether it's a telephone call or it's a letter or it's an email or it's a nudge at a cocktail party or whatever it is that you've got to do. But you've got to disturb the prospect for an appointment. Then you got to drive through a whole bunch of traffic and potentially bad weather. And it was kind of shocking to see this morning a little skiff of snow on my car after, waking up yesterday and the days before that at 11 degrees. And now all of a sudden, geez, we're back to winter. But you got to drive through some winter driving or some rain or some traffic, and you got to go and see this particular prospect. Then you've got to motivate the prospect in the appointment. You got to motivate them to do something, to take action. So you've got to disturb the prospect. You got to go and see them, drive through a whole pile of traffic, park your car, get out and see them. And then you've got to disturb the prospect for the appointment, or you've got to motivate the prospect in the appointment, motivate them to do something. And the prospect, generally speaking, needs to gather some data to you and send it to you. So they've got to do some work. And that requires some effort because often they're busy doing their own work. And they might delegate it to someone in their employment, and they might be busy. But you've got to motivate the prospect in the appointment to do some work, to do some additional work. And sometimes this is difficult. Then once you finally get that information, it may not be complete, or it may be as complete as you can get it, but you've got to take that data and you've got to massage that data and you've got to put it in a format that's acceptable to an underwriter, and then you got to send it to the various insurance companies to get a quote. So you got to massage that data, send it to the insurance companies, and then the insurance companies do their magic, and then they send you back a quote. Then you've got to take that quote, and you've got to, or take those quotes, and you've got to analyze those results. You've got to put them in a format, because Sun Life is different from Great West Life, that's different from Empire Life, that's different from Cooperators and Manulife, and it's different from the Benefits Trust. And you've got to analyze those results. Then you've got to put it in a format that makes sense to the employer, or you hope makes sense to the employer. And then you've got to disturb the client again. You got to disturb them again for an appointment, because this might have taken 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. So you've got to disturb that client again for the appointment. But it may not be a good time. They may have that, do not disturb sign up on their door, so to speak. And it was interesting. I've been working for many years with a particular broker in Fenland Falls, and he does no business in the fall, or very, very little business in the fall, because a lot of the employers that he works with have the do not disturb sign up because it's hunting season. These guys are all active hunters, and they're out deer hunting and they're out moose hunting and so on. So they're busy, busy people. So all of a sudden, when you go back to disturb the client again for another meeting, they may have that do not disturb sign up because they're traveling or they're hunting, or it's a busy time in their particular business cycle. So you got to wait a while again. Then finally, you get to meet with the prospect and present the results. And you do that by driving through a whole pile of traffic again and getting in front of them and presenting the results. And you're doing all of this work to get to yes, no, or maybe. And as I say, yes pays you, no teaches you, and maybe kills you. But often you get to that maybe section. They go, this is interesting. And then you find out that somebody else is quoting on the business, or they want to think about it, or they like this particular idea from one company and that particular idea from another company, and can one or both companies provide, you're going back and looking at alternatives, all those types of things. So you get to yes, no, or maybe, and this causes a great deal of frustration, because when you're looking at a 7-life case or an 8-life case or a 10-life case or whatever the size is, you're doing all this work to get to yes, no, or maybe for a $1,000 to $5,000 or $4,000 commission. And it causes a great deal of frustration. And it's interesting, a lot of brokers that I talk to say, hey, I don't work in the small marketplace because it's too frustrating. My words, not theirs. I don't work in the small marketplace because it's not profitable. I don't work in the small marketplace because it's just a pain in the neck, right? Because you're doing all this work and you're only getting paid, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. So we say, hey, you can do all that work, or you can look at another alternative. And the purpose the reason why we developed the SelectFlex benefit plan is to really come up with a solution that takes 10 minutes to compare. It takes 10 minutes to get to yes, no, or maybe. Instead of all of this work and all this time, you can get to yes, no, or maybe in the first meeting. You can get to yes, no, or maybe in 10 minutes. So what we'd like to do is introduce to you today the SelectFlex benefit plan. So how did we come up with this? Here's the BT9000, as we call it. I think, Mike, was that you that came up with that name?
Might have been Karen.
It might have been Karen. Okay, the BT9000. The BT9000 is our mainframe computer, and we do a bunch of stuff. Oh, I don't know why that. So we look at the small business marketplace, and the small business marketplace, really, there's huge, endless prospects, more than enough to keep us all busy. The marketplace is absolutely enormous. There's 76,992 or 292 small businesses in Canada. This is just one survey that I looked at really quick. And what's going on here, Mike? There we go. 49% of those are in Ontario. There's 37, or in the GTA anyways, or in Ontario, pardon me. That means there's 37,000 businesses with 3 to 15 employees. I think there's more like 50,000 businesses in southern and central Ontario alone. This is just one survey, a couple of keystrokes that I did to come up with the numbers for this presentation. So there's a ton of small business in southern and central Ontario. You don't have to go far to meet with prospects. So we took that information. The marketplace is absolutely huge. Put that into the BT9000. Then we talked about what benefits are available in the marketplace. And there's package plans from traditional insurers, the SelectFlex plan from Great-West Life, terrific solution. There's the Manulife plan. There's the Sun Advantage plans, etc. All these packaged small, sort of under 35 or under 50 package plans from the traditional insurers. There's the Chamber of Commerce plans. Oh, hold on a second. We can do that later, can't we? Click. There's the Chamber of Commerce plans, which are excellent. They've been around for many years. There is the, let me just move that, pardon me. Oh, I don't know what's going on with our computer today. There we go. There's the Chamber of Commerce plans, and there's association plans that many companies, many smaller companies participate in. And, often these are under attack because they're price sensitive. There's limited flexibility, and it's a time-consuming process that we already established to get this information and to provide quotes for these types of plans. So it's interesting when you look at what's available in the marketplace. There's this, time-consuming process that provides limited flexibility, and it often, turns a lot of employers off. And most importantly, it's really viewed as a commodity, and it's under attack often because it's just based on price. So we take that information, we put it into the BT9000 as well. Then we look at client research. And the source of the client research is just 25 years of working in this marketplace and asking questions. For another presentation that we put together, a similar webinar that we put together, I think over my career, I've had probably 6,000 meetings with different companies. And just what our client research tells us, what our experience says to us is, if we had 100 small business owners in a room, first of all, they would be 100 different businesses because no two businesses are alike. But if we had 100 small businesses in a room and we did a survey and we said, hey, what's the most important benefit? When you think about employee benefits, what's the most important benefit? And they go, oh yeah, we want one of those benefit plans that has a drug card. So that's number one. We want this drug card. And then they go, oh yeah, we need some dental coverage as well. Yeah, we need some of that dental coverage. So give us a benefit plan with a drug card and some dental coverage. Oh yeah, we need some employee flexibility because in my company with 7 employees, I've got people that are 30 years old, people that are 20 years old, and people that are 60 years old. So we need some employee flexibility in there. And then if you still push them a bit, you said, hey, what benefits are most important? They go, oh yeah, I want all my stuff as the business owner covered at 100%. I don't want any co-insurances or deductibles or anything along those lines. So our client research tells us that, hey, a drug card is really vital. It's really important. We want some dental coverage. We want some employee flexibility because everybody's different. And yeah, we want to take care of the owners. So we take that and put that into the BT9000. And then we say, the same 100 employers in the room, and we go, what frustrates you about benefits? And I think probably all of you that are participating in this webinar today are saying the same thing. Yeah, clients complain that benefits are too expensive. Now, this is an interesting thing. I don't think they're too expensive. Mike doesn't think they're too expensive. You as a producer don't think they're too expensive because you understand the costs associated with benefits. You understand how you came up with the cost, the cost of the insurance, the cost of the reimbursement benefits, the cost of the administration. You understand the components that make up the benefit plan costs. Clients think they're too expensive because they don't understand that. Clients don't mind. Successful business owners don't mind spending money. They don't mind buying things that are of value. When they don't understand the value behind something, the value proposition behind something, they automatically think it's too expensive. So the client frustration is real. It's too expensive. And they say, I got to buy stuff that's never used. I think it's too expensive and I got to buy stuff that's never used. So that's frustrating because successful business owners don't mind spending money, but they mind spending money on things that they don't need and don't use. And then they go, I've had benefits, or I look at benefits and the rates just go up every single year. This is a frustration for me. I don't care what, it just, my broker comes in and the rates just go up every single year. This is a level of frustration that's real. And I've heard this many times. I'd rather just give the employees the money. I would rather be done with the benefits and never have this discussion again. And I'd rather just give the employees a little bit of a raise and say, yeah, we don't offer benefits here. We just want to give people money and away we go. So that's client frustration. So we throw that into the hopper. If we throw all these things into the hopper, talking about the marketplace, how big it is, talking about the limited opportunities that there are from package plans that are frustrating and time consuming. We talk about what our research tells us, that people want a drug card, they want some dental, they want some flexibility. And we talk about what their frustrations are. We put that all into the BT9000 and let the BT9000 do its work. A little bit hokey, but this is the thought process that we use in coming up with the solution, which is SelectFlex Benefits. It allows employers to select what benefits they want to offer by class. It's as simple as that. It provides member flexibility. Utilizing a healthcare spending account will provide some member flexibility. As well, it offers control over costs and future costs, so you get rid of that frustration that the employer has. So it allows the employer to select what benefits they want to offer by class, so it's completely flexible, provides that flexibility, offers control over future costs, and most importantly, it's easy. This was designed from the employer's perspective in mind. It's easy. It's as simple as that. So what we've done is we've created a number of deliverables, if you would, and this is just a couple of screenshots of a feature sheet that we've got. And I just thought we'd throw this up and show you what it's all about. But here's SelectFlex Benefits. It's available for groups of 3 or more. Allows you to customize your plan, control your costs, flexible design, and your time. It only takes 10 minutes to compare. So when you go on the first page, and again, this is options for groups of 3 or more. And pardon me, hit the wrong button there. I apologize. Options for groups 3 or more. The only mandatory benefit is healthcare. The only mandatory benefit is healthcare, and it provides a prescription drug card with a drug benefit, semi-private hospital room, and out-of-country emergency medical coverage. This is the only mandatory benefit. The optional benefits by class are life insurance, AD&D, critical illness, dependent term life insurance, long-term disability, dental care, and a healthcare spending account. So it's amazing. The only mandatory benefit is that benefit of the healthcare benefit with the drug card. Everything else is completely optional and can be done by class of employees as long as there's 3 or more in that particular class. So it's completely up to you. And the best part about this is it's completely up to, the end user, the purchaser of benefits. The best part about this is, from your perspective, the prices are already set. They're set in advance. So the next page on this feature sheet talks about what a healthcare spending account is and how to use a healthcare spending account and how it can be arranged by class. But really, I think the best thing that I've seen used in the last 10 years in talking about healthcare spending accounts is a healthcare spending account is nothing more than a bucket that you're filling up with money, and the plan sponsor is filling up with money, and the employee can spend it however they wish. But once the bucket's empty, it's empty. It's as simple as that. Healthcare spending account expenses include things like paramedical practitioners, vision care benefits, nursing care, expenses related to disabilities, dental services, etc. So all sorts of different things. Third component is the third page on this, if you would, is some of the finer print that talks about the extended healthcare benefits, and specifically talks about a pre-existing condition clause. One of the things that there is in this particular plan is there's no medical underwriting. Even if there's only 3 employees, there's no medical underwriting. But we're not also going to buy claims. If somebody's taking a $50,000 drug or a $70,000 drug or a $15,000 drug for that matter, and they think they can buy a medical plan that's costing you $100 a month, well, that's not the case. Because we're not asking medical questions. It's not medically underwritten. There is a pre-existing condition clause, and the pre-existing condition clause is just quite simple. Again, if you are taking drugs or medicines that exceed $1,875, in the benefit year preceding you starting with this particular plan, you will be limited to $2,500. So if the house is already burning or the house is already smoking, you can't buy more insurance for the house. It's as simple as that. So we're saying, hey, if you're taking drugs that cost just under $2,000 a year, you're going to be limited to $2,500. If you're not taking any drugs, you don't have a pre-existing condition, and if something pops up, you're covered up to $1 million. It's as simple as that. The critical illness benefit, again, if you've gone to the hospital, or pardon me, if you've gone to the doctor and you've been diagnosed with something in the 24 months previous to that, you're not covered for that disease in the next 24 months. If you've got cancer and all of a sudden buy this plan, you can't claim $25,000 for critical illness insurance. It's as simple as that. We've gone over the fine print real quick because we've got lots more to cover. But again, if you want to reach out to us and talk more about this, it's also on the website for you to read in more detail. And again, reach out and ask us any questions about that. So the last page of the plan advantages, when we talk about this, and again, the convenience of a drug card, electronic dental claim submissions. We've got an app that you can submit claims on, plan enrollment, no medical questionnaires, participation guidelines. You got to be working a minimum of 24 hours, covers people up to age 70. And again, it's just easy and straightforward to use. We've gone over this pretty quick. But the most important part, or the exciting part to me anyway, and to a lot of the end user clients that we've got on board, and to a lot of the brokers that we work with presently that are selling this product, is the premium calculation worksheet. This is included in the package. It's also available online. And when you do it online, obviously the math is done automatically for you. But what this does is it creates the proposal right on the spot and creates the premium right on the spot. So the only mandatory benefit, as I mentioned, is the health benefit. There's a single cost and a family cost. And below that, you can buy insurance, life insurance, AD&D, critical illness, death life. You can have dental benefits. Pardon me. For the life, AD&D, critical illness, and death life, we need at least 3 people or classes of 3 people or more. For dental care and healthcare spending accounts, it doesn't matter how many classes you've got, nor how many people are in those classes. So it's completely flexible, and it allows the employer to select what benefits they want to offer their employees and provide some flexibility with the healthcare spending account. The last page is left blank. I've got Mike's name on this right now, but we can customize this for you to put your name on it, or you can customize it and put whatever you want on the back page. So this is just an example of the feature sheet that we've got, and it works and works well. So people go, this is interesting, terrific, how much does it cost? We want to share with you a couple of case studies and show you how it's worked. These are live case studies or case studies that we've got, certainly on the books right now, but we've changed the names to protect the innocent. But here's a case that has come to us in the last year that's got 4 lives. They had no current benefits in place. There's an owner of the business who's active in the business, and they've got 1 key employee. So it's only a small case, but 4 lives, 1 key employee, the owner, and then 2 other employees. So all of a sudden, we get the cost sheet out. In this case, the broker has discussed what the options are, and this is what they decided to do. So here's the 4-person ABC company. And the mandatory benefits are the health and dental benefits. There's 2 single employees and 2 family employees. And again, these are mandatory benefits. Their premiums for those on a monthly basis are $435.52. Mike, can you just shrink that window a bit, please? Sorry about that. Yeah. So they're $435.52. So as a result of that, they can stop right there if they want, and that would be their monthly premium for their benefit plan, $435. But in this particular example, they wanted to offer $100,000 of AD&D insurance, or sorry, $25,000 of AD&D insurance, pardon me, and they wanted to offer everybody critical illness. Their philosophy was, hey, if you run across the road and get hit by a cement truck, we want to be able to deliver a $25,000 check, and if you get one of these, dread diseases, we want to also give you a $25,000 check. So the premium for that, again, set on the spot, $77. Then they said, hey, great. We want to give the owner wants and the key employee wants the basic dental coverage that we talked about. So there's 2 employees, 1 single employee, 1 family employee in the basic dental coverage. $144.66. Simple as that. Then they said, okay, great. The one key employee, the owner wants $5,000 in a healthcare spending account. He wants to give the one key employee $750 in a healthcare spending account. And the two other employees, he wants to give them $400 in a healthcare spending account. The math is done automatically. That works out to $545.83. We add in the administration cost of 15% for the healthcare spending account of $81.88 for a total of $627. And we add all that together, and their contributions are $1,284.89 a month. That was done on the spot. When you think about it, it's kind of neat because everybody gets a health card or drug card and a mandatory drug benefit or mandatory health benefit, pardon me. Everybody gets $25,000 of accidental death and dismemberment insurance. Everybody gets $25,000 of critical illness insurance. Two key employees, the owner and the key employee, get dental benefits, basic dental benefits. Owner's got a $5,000 healthcare spending account. Key employee has a $750 healthcare spending account. And the two employees get a $400 healthcare spending account. Premium set on the spot, done. The decision was made in 10 minutes. And the broker has a new client. No toing and froing, no back and forth, no collecting of data, no massaging data, no I've got my do not disturb sign up. In the meeting, solution, problem solved. Here's another company. This is a 6-person company. They've got 3 producers in this company, or 3 people that sell a lot of stuff, and 3 employees that provide support services for this. This is a manufacturer's rep. They're a sales agency, and just a fun little company, and they do a really great job at huge discrepancies in income. The 3 producers are making a couple $100,000 or more each, and the 3 employees are, sort of in that 30 to 50 range. So they wanted a benefit plan, and they didn't want to give everybody the same thing. So here is the benefit plan that was decided upon, and again, in a 1-meeting sale. So here's the XYZ company. It's a 6-person company. There are 4 family employees and 2 single employees. The benefit plan was set up where they have a $738.30 premium for their mandatory benefits. That's it. They could stop right there. There's their benefit plan. Away they go. Terrific. Then they wanted to, it was the company philosophy to add life insurance for everybody, AD&D insurance for everybody, and DEP life for everybody. And they didn't want any critical illness, but they just wanted those particular benefits. The premium for that on a monthly basis is $78.50. Then the 3 producers wanted the dental care. So there was 2 family folks and 1 single folk. And in this particular case, the premium was set at $244.23. Then they wanted to give the 3 producers, there we go, it's catching up, the 3 producers a $3,000 healthcare spending account and the 3 employees a $500 healthcare spending account. And again, the costs are right there at $875 a month. Add in the administration fee, and the costs are set. So all of a sudden, again, within 10 minutes or so, this client has a proposal in front of them that says, hey, the client has a proposal in front of them that the client developed that is $2,000 a month. And it's quite different, the benefit plan. So all of a sudden, you've got 3 producers, and they've got the mandatory health benefit. They've got the life insurance, the AD&D, and the DEP life. They also have some basic dental benefits and a $3,000 healthcare spending account. The 3 employees have the mandatory health benefit. They get the life insurance, the AD&D, and DEP life, and they have a $500 healthcare spending account. Price is set. Plan is in place. The third example that I want to share with you is an 11-person growing company. There's 1 executive, there's 3 longer serving employees, and then bang, they got a new contract, and they've been growing and growing rapidly, and there's 7 employees with less than 1 year of service. So there's a bunch of new employees. So the guy had the idea, he built it, he hired a couple of people as he was building it. So these 3 longer serving employees were there at the beginning, and then all of a sudden they get a big contract and they're hiring to ramp up for this, and they've got 7 new employees with less than 1 year of service. And they wanted to look at a benefit plan for recruiting services, or for recruiting, because they were hiring so many people quickly. They said, hey, yes, and we offered benefits. So it was interesting because in this particular example, the broker went in on this particular case, and it was a referral. And he went in on this particular case, and the client had 2 or 3 different proposals in front of them from various other insurance companies and other brokers that they were examining, and the client was having difficulty in swallowing the sort of that prepackaged benefit plan. So the broker was smart enough to recognize this, and he says, hey, how about SelectFlex Benefit? It allows you to select what benefits you want to offer your employees and provide some flexibility by class. So all of a sudden, the conversation switched and it went in a completely different direction. And this is what was decided upon. The MNOP company, and this is an 11-person company. And so mandatory benefits, they've got 6 single employees and 5 family employees. The premiums in this case were $1,155.17. And again, could have stopped right there and said, this is our benefit plan. Terrific. But they went a little bit further. And, the broker's asking questions, do you want to have life insurance? He said, not really. I think that's more of a personal decision. Then he said, you want to have accidental death and dismemberment insurance? He said, absolutely. If somebody walks across the road and gets hit by that cement truck, yeah, we want to deliver them a check. So here's AD&D coverage. We don't want to provide critical illness. We don't want to provide death life. So the only thing that they're offering here is AD&D for $13.75 a month. It's a throw-in. It's easy. That's 2 coffees at Starbucks, right? Then they said, okay, I want to give the 3 key employees that have been with me a while some basic dental care coverage. They've earned it. They've deserved it. I want to give them the basic dental care coverage. And we want to put in 3 for the 3 employees. So there's 2 family and 1 single. Great, $244 a month. Then they want to provide healthcare spending accounts to those key employees as well. And he wants to provide a $3,000 healthcare spending account. Terrific. And the owner wants to put in a $10,000 healthcare spending account because he's got some needs of his own that his wife's benefit doesn't cover him for. So he wants to put in a $10,000 healthcare spending account to cover some orthodontia. So great, that was implemented, and the costs were done on the spot, $3,233.98 a month. So when you think about this plan, it's kind of interesting. The business owner is going, hey, terrific. Everybody gets a mandatory health benefit. That's what we're going to start with. Everybody gets $25,000 of AD&D insurance. The 3 key employees get basic dental coverage and a $3,000 healthcare spending account. I get as the owner the AD&D insurance, the mandatory health benefit, the AD&D insurance, and I get a $10,000 healthcare spending account that I'm going to cover things like orthodontia that my wife's plan doesn't cover. The 7 new employees are just going to get the health insurance and the AD&D coverage. That's what their plan is going to be initially. And after a year of service or 2 years of service, I can't remember what they set up, but after a period of time, a fairly lengthy service level, then they can get into the other benefits as well. So it was interesting what was interesting about this particular case is the broker walked into the client's place of business to talk about benefits. He was the 3rd guy in. He had 2 proposals in front of him from 2 other insurance companies. The client was having difficulty with it. He pulled out his laptop. They opened it up. They went on the SelectFlex Benefits website. They discussed the flexibility of this particular plan. They opened up the worksheet. This was developed. This was the plan that was implemented, or this is the plan that was decided upon, and this was the premium level, and the premium level was fine. It was within the budget of the particular client. And they said yes on the spot. The other neat thing about this particular meeting is the broker downloaded and printed the enrollment forms, downloaded and printed the application form, and downloaded and printed this cost sheet, and left 70 minutes later. And 70 minutes after he got to the meeting, from meeting this guy to developing this proposal to filling out the worksheet to filling out the enrollment forms and the application form, and left with the package and a check, 1 meeting. So exciting stuff. So it works and works well. The plan features that we want to talk about, and I think the key thing is it's easy to explain. The client chooses what they want to choose. It's easy to quote. You can do it on the spot, like in this last example, or over the phone. We were working with one broker, in Northern Ontario, excuse me, and he spends a great deal of time just talking to prospects on the phone because it's such a great distance to travel. He's just spending time talking on the phone. And he says, let's set up a 10-minute meeting. I need 10 minutes of your time and uninterrupted when you're sitting in front of your computer, Mr. Client, that we can talk on the phone. So it takes 10 minutes to compare. So the plan features are it's easy. It takes 10 minutes to get to yes or no. And it's as straightforward as that. So who's got their target on their back? What type of businesses is this good for? Well, it's good for a number of different types of business. Most importantly, groups that want a customized solution. Groups that, they go, hey, I don't like this off-the-shelf type of solution. Everybody gets the same, but not everybody's the same in our business. Or you got to have, life insurance, and you've got to have AD&D, and you've got to have these things. Usually successful business owners don't like to be told what they need to buy and don't need to buy. They want to buy certain things and they don't want to buy other certain things. The only thing that we're saying is the only mandatory benefit is a health benefit, and that includes a drug card and out-of-country emergency travel coverage and hospital coverage. That's the only thing you got to buy. Everything else is completely customizable. Groups that think they're too small to offer benefits, right? A lot of companies go, oh, we're too small. We only have 3 or 4 employees, or we've only been in business 6 months, or we've got too much family content. We're too small. Until we get bigger, we're not going to think about benefits. Well, you know what? Nobody's too small. I was working with this one particular broker, and we went to a trade show, and it was the Craft Brewers Association of Ontario, and it was a industry trade show. It wasn't a public trade show. It was an industry trade show. And if you're going to go to a trade show for a day or two, the Craft Brewers Association of Ontario was fantastic because there's about 150 different beers you can drink at lunch. So it was quite a fun time. But I remember this one particular brewery came over, and they were near Ottawa. They were a small brewery in Ottawa. And they said, oh, no, they came over to our booth, and they said, no, we don't really think about benefits because we're too small. It's just myself, the owner, they've got a brewmaster in there, and another key employee. And they go, there's only 3 of us, and we're too small. Well, the broker, again, started chatting with them, and these guys are way out near Ottawa, in a community just outside of Ottawa. And after, an introduction at this meeting, or at this trade show, a few days later, the broker followed up with these guys, had the conversation, went online, sold the product, and has never met them again. Just deals with them remotely. So groups that think they're too small, no way. We got a solution for you. Right? Groups that have looked into benefits in the past and found them too expensive, this is a great way to start a conversation with them. Terrific. Hey, all we'll do is offer the health benefits. It's entirely up to you. Groups that don't see a need because they're covered by their spouse's plan. Well, not everything is covered by your spouse's plan. And in that last example that I gave you with that 11-person growing company, this particular company, or this particular individual, he was covered under his spouse's plan. That's why he only bought the mandatory health benefit, and he bought that from a single perspective, and then his healthcare spending account was from a family perspective. So it was kind of interesting. He bought the absolute minimum he needed, but on the healthcare spending account that he put in $10,000 to cover things that were covered under his spouse's plan, because a healthcare spending account is always a last payer. So there's lots of flexibility, is what I'm saying. Groups that have different, or groups that have large wage differences. Sometimes they want more benefits, and they don't want to offer the employees that have lower wages all the same benefits. So hey, it's more flexible, and you can customize the solution according to the individual's company's needs. So often, groups that have looked into benefits, and they've got these large wage differences in their organizations, and they go, oh yeah, you know what, the package plan doesn't really work for us. Well, this does, and it works well. So there's lots of different target markets for this. There's lots of tools that we've got available to you and for you. And we encourage you to check out our website. We've also got on thebenefitstrust.com. There's a number of tools that are available to you, but we've also got, to simplify things, a SelectFlexBenefits.com website. This is a very straightforward website. It's got the plan overview. It's got this, the calculation worksheet, etc. It's a very straightforward website, very easy to use, very easy to navigate. And the idea was on that for you to be able to sell this over the phone. So you can consult with a client over the phone, both looking at this website at the same time, and get everything that you need from it.
All the paperwork that you need to sign up is also there.
All the paperwork that you need to sign up is also there. The enrollment forms, the master application. Thanks, Mike. The master application, etc. So in this particular example with this small brewery, the broker friend of mine that was consulting with this guy said, great. They designed the plan on the using the calculation worksheet, and then the client downloaded the application, the client downloaded the enrollment forms, and a check was sent in with all of the paperwork that's required. Other tools that we've got available, obviously online, we've got paper copies of all this. It can be customized a bit with your name on it. We've also got samples of, or you can send this stuff out by email to get people's attention. We've also got some sales letters that we'd make available to you, a conversation template that we can make available to you as well. Just reach out to Mike and he'd be happy to send that information to you. But really, it's up to you. It's up to you to say, hey, this is something that's of interest and it's something that we want to get going on selling on. What's in it for you? Well, let's talk about commissions. What's in it for you? Well, you're not a charity, presumably, so you want to make commissions. Quite simple. 10% commission on all lines of benefit except for the healthcare spending account, and that's set at a 5% commission level. So 10% on everything that you sell except for the healthcare spending account, and that's set at 5%. And the other thing that's available to you, it's on-the-spot quote and immediate alternatives. If you fill out a worksheet with a particular client and he says that's too much or that's too little, you can do the alternatives online. You're not going back and forth and toing and froing, which is expensive and frustrating. As I like to say, you get to yes or no quickly. Yes pays you, no teaches you, maybe kills you. And back and forth and alternatives, and this is better and that's better from that proposal, and how can we get this included in that, etc. All that toing and froing kills you. Yes pays you, no teaches you, and this gets you to that answer very quickly. And what does that mean? It maximizes your profit. So when you're dealing with these small cases, especially if they don't have benefits, this is a great solution for you, a great starting point. It gets you to customize the benefit plan for the client. It allows them to select what benefits they want to offer their employees by class. And in addition to that, it provides some flexibility. The renewal process is simple. The renewal process is very, very simple. The rates change annually on the client's plan, and they change on the client's anniversary date. So the rates are set. They're set in advance. They're set online. Those change every July 1st, and they haven't changed very much, if at all, over the last couple of years. But they change every July 1st. So if you sign up a case on June the 1st, they're going to have 12 months of rates to next May 30th. Then the rates are going to change. So they change on the policy anniversary date, not when they change online. As well as that, all lines, so all the health line, the health benefits, the life insurance, the critical illness, etc., they're all pooled. So they change as the pool changes, and the healthcare spending account decision is made by the employer, and that changes according to their needs. So everything's pooled, it changes, and it changes based on the pool. Then the healthcare spending account is the client's decision, and that happens based on their needs. So the next step, give it a try. As I like to say, learn a little bit more about this. Go to the benefitstrust.com website or the SelectFlex Benefits.com website. Learn a little bit more information and try it. Try it out on a 3-life case or a 5-life case. See how easy it is. You'd be surprised. That guy the broker that I was talking about that sold that 11-life case that went in there with went in there and there was already 2 other quotes in front of the client. It was really interesting because he called us afterwards and he was so excited. And this guy's been in the business for 25 years. He goes, this was the easiest thing I've ever done. This is the easiest 11-life case I've ever sold. He was so excited about it. So we're saying, hey, give it a try. Give it a try. You might like it. Call us with questions. Call us with feedback. Call us if you want to have a discussion about, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or I've had this idea to do that. What can we do to make it, to make it work? Is there any, let's bounce some ideas off each other. We'll share with you other ideas that other clients have done in similar or other brokers that we work with have done in other situations. And, we can help you with this. So all you got to do is give us a call. Really, we're giving you this idea or this engine, if you would, a way to sell benefits or more benefits to these smaller groups with more profit. And it's up for you to come up with the ideas, and we can help you come up with those ideas. Let's have a discussion about it. Reach out to us. We are available anytime to talk. Of course, it's Mike Ignatz or myself. And just give us a call or check us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, of course. We're also on Google+, correct, Mike?
Yes, we are.
We're on Google+. And we check out the benefitstrust.com website. There's a lot of valuable tools on that website, including a healthcare spending account ebook. We've also got a number of videos online as well that you can talk about hybrid plans and so on. So check us out. If you haven't already, we'd love to hear from you. So we'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you for listening to our presentation. We've spent 45 minutes together, almost 50 minutes together. We were talking about SelectFlex Benefits. This is one solution that we offer. This is just a very specific solution. Doesn't fit all, certainly, but it fits many. And this is just one of the solutions that we offer. So check out SelectFlexBenefits.com and, of course, thebenefitstrust.com. Lots on the go, certainly here at the Benefits Trust. So we want to take this opportunity to thank you very much for your time. We want to wish you good selling. And we look forward to you having a bigger future than your past. And we hope to be a part of that in some way, shape, or form. We'd love to hear from you. Also, check out our website because I know we've got future webinars coming up. And we're starting, actually, I think we just launched today, or we're going to be launching today in our Trusted Advisor newsletter that all of you will get. But it is a new webinar series that we've got coming up on common benefit problems. And we've got 3 different webinars that we're putting together. One, we're focusing on the cost of benefits and problems that people have with respect to the cost of benefits. One seminar or webinar that we're putting together is focused on plan design. And a third one, the third webinar that we're putting together is focused on value-added services. So make sure you check out our education online, our education opportunities online with our webinars and so on. That's all available on our website at thebenefitstrust.com. Thank you for your time, good selling, and we wish you all the success in the future. Bye for now.